Hello, I'm Brenda, and today I'm going to give you a summary about Raya and the Last Dragon. So, let's get started. This movie shows us Raya and her adventure to restore harmony in humanity. The film begins with Raya explaining the conflict between the nations. It turned out that at the beginning, the nations were not spread but formed a single called Commander. It was protected by dragons who provided them with water, food, and peace. However, one day, some dark creatures appeared. These monsters were called drums. The drums multiply when they absorb the soul of the human being and turn its body into stone. The dragons face the drums and they're also turned into stone. Then, if the power was concentrated in a gem that destroyed the dome and restoring life to the human. After this, Sisu disappeared, leaving only the gem. This caused the people of Kumandra to fight for the gem. Finally, Kumandra was divided in 5 nations: hair, flank, talon, spine, and tail. They have inhabitants of the earth who still between in the unification, choose the gem and protect it. Nothing happened in 500 years. Then, a little Raya showed us training to be the next guardian of the gem. Raya's fathers still believe in the unification, so they organized a lunch with all the heads of the lands, and thus starts the unification of Commander. The tension are reduced when Raya invites them to come to it. At that moment, Raya meets Namari, who comes from Fan, that is the most troubled man. Namari, who is another lover of dragons, gained her trust by giving her a necklace in the shape of a dragon. And Raya there his by taking her to see Sisu's gem. There, Raya discovered that it was a trap for the fan to steal the gem. After this, the story skips 6 years and shows us the young warrior Raya in the desert of death. Since according to a legend, Sisu is one of these small rivers. It seems that Raya in the last river. There are ritual and bring Sisu back, but it's not what Raya expects, since the Risu is not the most powerful dragon. Is it more? She has no power, she only has ability to swim very fast. It is more, she didn't create the gem, she only activated it. Even so, she's connected to the gem, since when she takes the fragment that Raya has, it's been to shame that it was the power of her little sister Amber. No, that they base that if she can use the gem to decide to recover the missing fragment. After finding Sisu, the adventure begins. First, they decide to the Palace of Tail, which is the closest. When they arrive, they realize that the palace is full of traps. They manage to pass that out and get the gem, which gives Sisu power of transforming into a human. In that Namari reads from Rome, they manage to escape by activating a trap. In their escape, they meet Bo, who helps them escape on his boat. While Namari returns to farm to tell his mother what happened. There, his mother asks her to get the gem, and the underclothing infant is affected. Sisu and Raya arrive at Talon, where Raya decides to go to face Stanley, who is the leader of Talon. In the way, she meets a baby T, who steals the gems from her and the relationship. When Raya catches them, she proposes to have her in exchange. The baby accepts, and they infiltrate the palace of Stanley, who has been turned to stone. Meanwhile, Sisu is deceived by a ruthless old woman who threatens her with giving her to the drums if she doesn't tell her where the gems are. But Raya arrives, who takes the gem from the old woman, and they manage to scan the signs that gem gives Sisu the power of mist. After that, they go to a spinning land of ruthless murders. When Sisu and Raya arrive, they fall into a trap. There they discover that there's only person left in the signs. All the others have been turned into stone. Raya proposes to Tom to join his team. Then Namari arrives and Raya decides to face her so that her friends can escape. But Namari is better fighter and Raya is being defeated, so Sisu shows her is a dragon and comes to Raya's rescue. After escaping thanks to Namari's astonishment, they tell their new team that Sisu is a dragon and devise a plan to get the last piece of gem. Boom proposed to enter with a surprise attack, but Sisu, who still believes in goodness, proposed to convince Namari to help them. But Raya tells her that she will never accept, so Sisu takes her to her, where she tells her that she was able to save them before, thanks to the fact that her brothers decided to trust her with their powers. So they use Sisu's plan, but then if time comes, they things go wrong and Sisu dies. After the fate in Namari, Raya going to team to help people, and that they see Namari arrive to help too. When they are about to escape, they fall into a crack. There, Raya decides to trust Namari and gives her his piece of gems, setting an example to others. With the fragments, Namari managed to assemble the gem, which recover its power by destroying the drums and bring everyone back online, including the dragons, who bring Sisu back to life. Then each one returns to their land, returning with their families, and after that, the unification of Kamandra is achieved. It is all for today. I hope that you liked the video, and if there, give me a like.